weeks have passed, so it's time for another episode of T.C.G Live Talk. Uh, I am Zechs, and over here is what are you today?
Zenny. It's Zenny.
Zenny. See, the lie makes it even worse. I'm gonna lie. I'm not gonna cap. The lie makes it worse. I'm sorry.
You gotta be kidding me.
I'm not. It's
Why it's great. Alright.
whatever. It's your thought process. But anyway, this
I
is
told you the science.
what?
You refuse to believe me.
Still having those issues. Yeah, that's probably gonna be a thing for today. It's just a bunch of like audio issues. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Like this happened earlier with Frog, and now it's happening again. I don't know what's really going on here.
I've heard a lot of things. It's like nothing on my end.
Get rid of more. Gonna do something.
Probably not. I haven't even tried raising it before.
Okay, that's better. I raised it much higher. Press the right one. Yeah. All right. So raise it up higher. So let's see what that works. But anyway,
Alright.
we got a show for y'all today, and by show I mean I hope y'all like talking about Yu-Gi-Oh for about a good hour.
Yu-Gi-Oh from here, folks. There's nothing else happening in card games.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised how like kind of like dry the past 2 weeks have been. Like there's almost nothing. There is one thing, and it's in the news, and it's actually set five got artwork for
Oh yeah,
worldwide.
I've I mean, I don't know.
But like besides that, outside of Master Duel, nothing like big has happened. I know there was like a regional for Digimon that was earlier, but other than that,
No.
so yeah, pretty much to kind of say is like today is pretty much our big Master Duel review. There's like two other like subjects we can talk about, but other than that, like it's pretty much
It's
our
just
thoughts.
Master Duel.
Yeah. So first I gotta say this now. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I apologize. Oh no.
Don't say it.
Before I apologize, I have to do some housekeeping because that's important. Because this is the first minutes of the show. We gotta talk about it. So first off, uh, I in the 2 weeks I have made us a brand new Twitter, as in for the show Twitter. So you can now find all tweets involving TCG Live Talk are now going to be found uh at TCG Live Talk. Surprisingly, that name was actually around. Yeah, TCG Live Talks is on the actual new Twitter. Go follow it. I probably should put
I'm
something
not
on the screen.
taken. It's not a fancy name for a podcast. I'm generic too.
TCG Live, I'll be like right here on the bottom of the screen. Everybody, there. Yeah, it's okay. Cool enough. All right, so that's done for one. Secondly,
You gotta check the Twitter. It's gonna have exclusive content such as Zechs' cooking vlog.
cooking. I don't have a cooking.
You do now. You need content for the Twitter.
The answer is no. I don't have
Yeah,
a
you
cooking
want
vlog. I'm not doing cooking vlog. Oh, have a nice day.
to? All right.
But okay, I'm just saying nothing. Um, but secondly, also released a new video that's really just part one of the upcoming. Oh, oh, sorry. That's part one of the next episode of progression, which is the worst game of Yu-Gi-Oh we have ever played, or at least I have, because my God, was that
We should
game one just terrible.
we shouldn't upload the episode. I keep telling you.
I mean, I have. I'm still gonna upload it. I already posted, but I've already uploaded episode one. I've already uploaded game one. In fact, you know what? I had to edit game one down so hard. I got the first like 10 minutes done. Then I had like the last like 5 minutes, only to realize I still had 10 more minutes in the middle of the videos I still need to edit. So I said, you know what? I'm skipping all of that. We're getting to the end. And it was so much like actual like me trying to like first I tried to like be like, oh, let me just fast forward this entire like stuff. Like, no, no. My computer ran out of memory trying to actually process what happened. So I had to go in and cut all the fast forwarded stuff out and just try a different format. And I finally got it up. And it currently has a let me see here.
Hey, let's think about this for a second. All right. Let's think about this tactically. You
Currently has
already uploaded the most part of the episode. It's on separate video.
at the very least I have at the very least I edited a non like funny version, or rather one that's gonna be in the episode. Because I told you like yesterday, game one was so long, it took half the actual game time.
All right. And I'm saying, 2 and 3 aren't any better.
They aren't any better,
So I
but if
think
something happens, at the very least, I could probably just, I probably could just like slap in, say like, hey, here's game one. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna say, hey, here's a link to game one. Watch it. Here's two and three. Bye.
all right.
Speaking of which, you still need to send me your stuff so I can actually edit it.
I'm having problems uploading it. I think like the last like hour or so is the Master Duel tournament stuff. So you'll have to figure out how to deal with that one on your own.
How? I mean, we've got till Tuesday afternoon, so
I'm rendering the stuff.
yeah. Just to give
That's
you the
some because I got streams tomorrow.
anyway. So that's pretty much all the small little. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much all the small little housekeeping stuff. Zeno, I have to apologize to your kind, and by
You're
kind,
kind.
yes, the VTubers. I have finally seen, right? I've finally come to the realization of why I hated all VTubers for so long.
Because you're a goddamn contrarian.
No, I am not a contrarian. Mostly,
What?
what it is I finally realized why I didn't like VTubers, because it was basically just like
Nah,
it was Idols 2.0. because I
Yeah.
I read that like I saw that Cali that Mori drama, and I'm like, y'all are actually like these VTubers these VTuber fans
I don't know.
are
You can use the S word here. It's a free channel.
not on Twitch.
Tell them what they are. Simps.
It's like I saw that Mori stuff, and I'm like, I ain't never heard the most like you need to touch grass thing of all time. I'm like, what are
Oh,
you
yeah, for
talking?
sure.
Like, what are you talking about? Oh man, she gave 50 subs to uh Connor. She must be cucking her fans. I'm like, what? Y'all smoking dick? Yo, okay. Let me tell you right now. If you're literally,
Okay,
if
so
you're
saying simps is bad, but we're going to continue. All right, whatever.
listen, if
Continue.
you're at the point where someone decide, hey, you know what? I'm gonna be nice and give my friend 50 subs, even if they did say, even if they did say something negative about Hololive in this instance. I saw the thing. It was like regardless, if that makes you feel like you're the main protagonist of Rent a Girlfriend, you need some help. You need some
No, no,
help so much because you need to go
no, if I
outside
continue,
and touch some grass, get you a nice walk in, go check the mail, do literally anything else. Because if that's what makes you upset, you have no life.
look, at least the guy from Rent a Girlfriend is capable of 5 minutes of self reflection. At least that guy is capable of looking in a mirror.
Uh-huh.
Some of these people, I mean, jeez.
Unlike the author of Rent a Girlfriend, but that's a different discussion.
I mean, we can go into
No, I think I'm already like stuck.
issues.
Like I'm already just like when I read about what that next manga he's doing, I'm like, dog, you can't even fix this manga. What are you doing trying to start a whole new manga with that premise?
I mean,
After you did
there's some
that,
odd things people discovered about that whole Cuckold chapter. People listen to that hilarious detail about his life.
it's just crazy.
It's funny. It all ties together with everything else.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
I won't say it right now. Yeah,
so
glad you finally realized one of your other problems with YouTubers. Besides you being a contrarian.
but yeah, pretty much I've been over the whole I don't like the more mass produced VTubers and I kind of like centralized all of that into just every VTuber. You were an exception because I already knew you before you even became a VTuber.
I've always been a robot. I have no clue what you're talking about.
Happen again. Okay. So, but when I finally kind of got over the whole, oh, I don't like the idea of the VTubers being, all these like VTubers because they were popping out like candy at the start, right? They're still popping out like candy, but it's like
I mean,
it was like massive. The boom was unreal, and I was like, I don't like this, and
because
I
you're a contrarian.
no, I was like, I don't feel like this is a right thing to do. I feel like you're really just like this seems like I don't know. It feels like you could have done literally anything else with it, but that's a different thing. But like, I'm through with that. That's fine. You know what? I'm cool
You
with it.
legitimately been on a campaign against Digimon entirely because it got popular. You are not allowed to say you're not a contrarian in this podcast. I'm holding you to task right here.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, I don't even want to talk about Digimon anymore. That Digimon ruined ruined my past 2 weeks.
You're running your past 2 weeks.
They won't let me back in.
We'll let you back in on some conditions we
What?
outlined earlier.
What conditions? They ain't tell me shit. We can't be talking about this right now. You're going to talk about this afterwards.
I mean,
Can't be can't be like
you'll receive an invitation to your intervention in the coming days.
okay. Okay, cool. All right. You know what? There's another thing we could talk about. Let me pull it up here cuz it's going to be important. Cuz it's going to be actually a nice like transition into uh is this the one. Yes. Yes it is. Let me move this around and switch to the news screen because we only have one real thing for news, which is why it's showing properties. Yeah, we only got one real thing for news, and that is the Forbidden Limited list for Yu-Gi-Oh.
All right, performance earned a Master Duel OCG. Almost forgot.
Yeah, the Master Duel origin original original version. But yeah, we got
Official.
yeah, the Master Duel like live version. So that happened with Yu-Gi-Oh! And because we're a card game channel, why not just try and like get some leftover views and be like, oh hey, here's our thoughts on the T.C.G list. So Forbidden, um, Arch Nemesis Protos, Eva,
Deserved.
Simoric Bird of Sovereignty, and Imperial Order.
Not deserved. Come on.
Newly limited, the
I know it was
Strudo.
a long time coming.
What was that?
It was a long time coming.
For Imperial Order?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Should
I
have
remember. I
been
remember
bad
they
ages ago.
eroded it like how many times? Like two, three times to try and like make it like playable. Not broken is like it just didn't
Yeah.
work because the realization is like
No.
every deck
Life
runs
points aren't a
spell
cost.
because the difference is like man every deck runs spell cards now because traps are just so slow in the modern version of Yu-Gi-Oh. It's
Grandpa.
like running trap cards just to get rid of a pure order just feels like a bricks that you could be playing to actually make your game plan work if they didn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Imperial Order being there. I played against Simoric one time and I'm like, I hate this. I hate Wing Beast decks now. Man, y'all somehow got too good all of a sudden.
Yeah. I know.
Like, well, how are you able to summon two level one, rank one exceeds, search out two cards, and turn them into a 3K towers that I can't out, that gains power, that can negate, and then you summon the same stuff again. And it's like, it's just like, man, you know what? I'm
But you can
cool with,
also some too, right? And it's like, huh?
it's like, I hate birds. But it's like, all right, so
Well,
limited, the Strudo, Fairy Tale Snow, Astrograph is back. Woohoo. Luminite Tiger is back. Woohoo. Recital Starling got limited. Monster Gate is on here for some reason. I'm assuming because snow, but okay. And
yeah, that
the one that like when I saw like all the reactions to this ban list, everyone collectively go like, but why? And that's Pazazar.
it's simply too free, I guess. Despite being a -8 in card advantage.
I think it's a minus
Oh, right, there's a -9.
9.
Math, I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player.
Yes. But yeah, it's just like and so I got a lot of things to talk about with Pazazar's by itself. So I'm just gonna go with Pazazar's. I don't get. I feel like the only reason why they hit Pazars is because it's the only like pod card that's too generic, even with the banished top 10.
Yeah, it is. It's literally just space and pot breed.
And you know what's also worse? This is also like probably the cheapest pot, because if I could go on a
Yes.
T.C.G player right now, let me see right now. I know it's gonna change from a fan list, but Pod Desires, like there were printings at like $1, right? Like $1 for Pod Desires. It's like you got Pot of Greed now that now have a slight risk, but it's like you have a risk in it, and it's $1 printing for like everything, so they can theoretically get away with it now because now everyone theoretically should have it. So now they have to
I
go
mean,
buy the other two expensive as hell pots for their decks if they
I
so
mean,
choose.
I'm surprising. Like, I'm not going to buy into conspiracy theory. I think it's simply because it's actually may as well just be pot of greed. All the other pots. It's just pot of greed. Like, actually,
Yeah, but it's
prosperity, extravagance. The other pots I'm not naming that are currently legal.
it
Some drawbacks are actually basically like zero. You're losing zero, or it's like a very plus one. Desire to straight pot of greed.
it's just I don't like
So,
it as a budget player, right? Because that's like
right.
a very very powerful budget card, and now it's hit to one. Like I had it
Right.
to, so it's pretty.
Oh yeah, second from a perspective. I'm looking at this from like a card design perspective. They were smoking something when they made it.
All right, so semi limited is a hero lives is at 2 now. Fusion Destinies at 2. The Dear Servant, Silent Great Circle, and Scapegoat. You got anything on them?
That's like semi-limit list. I don't know.
I
Like
mean,
between 2 and 3 is basically minimal.
a Hero Lives basically like started your entire engine, right? So having it back at 2 means you have more consistency.
Yeah.
Losing Fusion Destiny to 2 kind of doesn't do anything
No.
aside of just having in your opening hand so that you can DPE without having to deal with Verte's drawbacks.
I mean, if you look at things, as far as the T.C.G is concerned, I can still run that stupid Alabaz spam deck you saw earlier. It just runs all the fusion engines. That's still kicking.
And then Silent Great Circle is at 2, which I'm happy as a Cybers player, but doesn't really do anything for us because Silent Great Silent Great really just needs more support because the deck is now kind of like it's still decent, but it's outdated. So
Oh, Negrish, same. All the other brain stuff. Stay in that vault.
no,
Yeah.
release
Yeah.
release rings. Ring deserve better.
Hell no.
Yes, we did. And then Scapegoat to 2. Honestly, could just come 3. I don't think Scapegoat's a problem
What if you use it for link climbing?
Okay.
I mean, someone's going
I mean, that's cool. Unlimited Danger Nessie.
to.
All right, the dangers are starting to come off. Darkness Metal Dragon Goddess Errata. Stroger's at 3, which I'm happy.
How many has Red Ice Darkness Metal Dragon at this point?
I have no idea.
Like 10? It's actually it's some stupid number.
I have no idea. Goldberg's at 3. Still have Electromite, but we're getting beyond the pendulum, so that could be. So this is just good overall. I'm cool with that. Emergency teleports at 3,
Okay, so
so
now
say it again.
6 erratas for Red Ice Darkness Metal Dragon.
Yeah.
Just keep the card banned at this point. I mean, Red Ice players deserve to suffer for not playing Blue Eyes.
Wow.
You know I'm right. Konami agrees too. Think about it.
But it has potential.
Yeah, and what's potential death by 90% of archetypes in this game?
Hey man, UAs will become meta one day.
That phase. Will we play it for something beyond done tracks or one day?
Listen,
Not
FA's.
happening.
Listen, I'm so upset because FA's actually had a chance to be like a decent rogue strategy. Then they hit Ancient Fairy Dragon. That deck died.
Yep.
That deck died immediately.
Some decks are just never gonna have their time, alright?
And like they gave us, and like we haven't gotten any new support except like except the Link monster. But it's like that's not what we needed. Ancient Fairy Dragon just did so much good stuff going first. It's like, bruh, we we really got screwed because what was it? Was it ABCs? What deck was using Ancient Fairy Dragon at the time where it had to get banned?
I have no idea.
I think it was like our ABCs or like Pendulum. No, Pendulum was usually like making rank 8. I mean
There's
level
some
8.
with FTK strategy, Ancient Fairy Dragon. I think I'm remembering it's about something
I
like that.
I don't know. It's been so long too.
It was something. I want to hope it was something, and not just Konami being weird.
Either way, release Ancient Fairy Dragon. mm. Okay, so Mercy Teleport 3. Congrats, you psychic players. Yeah.
Can't wait to play Punk in the T.C.G.
You got punks now. Let's go. Raigeki is at 3. You know, that says a lot about the state of the trading card game. Where Raigeki, where Raigeki, a card that literally says destroy all monsters your opponent controls. No cost, no other effect, is okay to keep at 3.
Now, here's the issue about Raigeki. Sure, it's non-targeting destruction, but it's destruction and it's not sending to the graveyard. Don't send all monsters to the graveyard. We're having a way different discussion here. Konami did not think that far ahead. Thankfully.
Thankfully, there's a card that can negate effects right there. Skill Drain is at 3. That sounds like torture.
I played enough Nationals to tell you it is torture.
There's a reason why Franz consistently wants to play freaking what's it called? True Draco, even though their deck is booty cheeks. Because you have 3 skill
I mean,
drain.
Here's the thing with three skeleton, alright? You know what's funny? I have a three skeleton round. Give them that to make final Sigma. So that thing first, drop the skeleton on the opponent's turn, and they have to try to out your board. Like they don't open like the MST or Harvey's Feather Duster, they are in trouble for the rest of that game.
Yeah, you're still
It's
fuzzy.
towers.
Yeah, you're still fuzzy. I don't get. I'm so upset.
Now my mic says probably it now. So I'm just sitting in my chair because I am tired.
I'm just bringing on the bit rate all the way up at this point.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's pretty much. That's how much news we have. Like, ladies and gentlemen, we just have. Uh, we only have like a additional like topic, and to be honest, like, there's gonna be a lot of stuff gonna happen next week. So it's like at this point, we're just gonna make it a podcast. So, and I
Next
say
week.
small more so because we're gonna
Wait,
talk.
what's next? Oh, right.
Our only topic of the night is Master Duel.
It's good. That's all.
No, no, no. We gotta talk about this.
All right.
All right, so we gotta do this right because otherwise it's not gonna be right. So, uh, in case you've been living under a rock, the new Yu-Gi-Oh video game came out called Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel. Is a free to play, or I guess in this case free to start. We'll get to that. Uh, online T.C.G game that's more like prioritized to more competitive players of the Yu-Gi-Oh TCG, meaning there is no real anime connection outside of like a few archetypes. I mean, not outside of a few archetypes. I mean, like outside of like a few things, like you used to get a Dark Magician mount or whatever. Um, the solo mode, it has a solo mode which is more focused on uh card lore than like anime stories, and there's a ranked mode which currently goes has a rookie, bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. There are plans to eventually have different formats for according to like the leaks. There are like plans for like a synchro, a fusion, exceeds, link, like format, individual format events or whatnot.
I mean, feel like leaks. There is so much UI stuff that's currently being saved for later in Masterful. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things that are there. And then so I guess I'm gonna let you go first. Kind of talk about your experience with Master Duel because you've been streaming it like as much as you can. So
Unfortunately,
so
but like,
I wish your connection was better because otherwise I'd be like, hey, just go off,
oh
King.
yeah,
Let's go. But uh,
this is a great segment for the actual leg, or a better connection, or anything relating to quality from about to be saying here. But unfortunately, I don't live in that time. All right. So here's my thing with Master Duel. All right. So I really like World Legacy stuff. That's been really made apparent. I really freaking love all the World Legacy archetypes and things. And you know what? I hate the World Legacy solo mode entirely for one specific part towards the end, where it's just soul crushing. I think you know which one I'm talking about, Zechs.
Gem Knights.
I'm in the World Legacy story mode
Oh,
towards the end.
I have not make it. I have not made it.
All right, so I'm gonna spoil it for you.
No, don't spoil it for me.
It's one that, yeah, don't worry about it.
What about people who are listening who haven't played Master Duel yet?
They're gonna love to hear about this too to prepare for it mentally. All right, trust me. It's something you need to prep for before you see, just so you're not screaming. All right.
And this point can't stop you.
All right. No, I'm glad you understand. All right. So because of story reasons, they take away all your roll chalice link monsters. Hell, they take away your entire extra deck for plot reasons. Leaving you with the roll chalice normal monsters and the guard dragon and a bunch of random other garbage against let me see, full powered nightmares with the with some psychic monster package. And this is some of the dumbest bullshit in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh challenges. Like they just go off.
Doesn't sound that bad.
You'd be surprised.
Probably will be when I get there.
It's
But for
it's
now,
incredibly bad.
I'm trying to figure out how to deal with that Gem Knight Lobble deck.
You don't play the Laval monsters.
That's the problem.
That's a secret.
Like how
Just dump them out of your hand and out of your deck. Just don't touch them.
that's what I'm trying to do. I try
Do
and like
not.
dump them fast, but I don't have. They don't do anything.
Right.
It's like you literally made half the deck useless. What's going on?
Yeah. They did that in the Element Saber
Me-
one too. It's
meanwhile,
kind of funny.
the AI gets Vylon, and I'm like, what?
Yep.
And they make Master Diamond blow up my cards that I spent 1,800 plays trying to make because this deck is so booty
Come on.
cheeks. Monster Reborn's my card that I bought and slams me for over half my life, and I have to top deck something only for it to not even matter. And the Gemini story is so terrible.
See, here's the thing. So they decided to substitute duel puzzles from every other Yu-Gi-Oh game with these Thunder deck duels. These are the new duel puzzles. It's these goddamn nigh impossible loner duel fights.
It's just like I have to pray that like my opponent breaks.
And the AI has a 90% chance of opening whatever they need to make a play.
It was just pain.
Uh
So
huh.
let's talk about this whole thing about Master Duel being this generous, free to start game, right? Because I said free to start in the earlier like introduction,
This
and by free to
Zechs is
start,
about to lay the truth to people.
so
Hey, God,
that again.
it's gonna run out of enemies.
All right, so so I originally made a tweet, and I'll completely like say it because one thing I said because it was the first thing I said, was honestly the first thing I said. I'm gonna stand by it. Well, I'm gonna put a little asterisk to it if I can find it. Right, where they? Oh God, it's been so long. I have like so many things. Okay, I think I remember what it was. It was it was. I can't believe Konami of all groups made the one TCG game, online TCG game, where to start out it isn't a giant predatory mech. And I still stand by it the whole start. When it starts out, Master Duel is generous beyond belief.
Yeah.
really is. There's nothing really wrong with saying that when it starts out. The problem comes when the problem comes when after okay, pressing buttons by
I
accident.
mean, you're just being smart with the game. Like, I don't know. It's not that bad.
So what on is the game's the how do I say this? I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna say it. It's a lot. Ooh, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this. The game starts by giving you a bunch of stuff. It gives you the ability to just like build a deck you want. At least
Yep.
like because it gives you gems. It gives you gives you gems, a lot of gems to start building your deck. To start building a deck you want.
Uh huh.
And it'll keep on like feeding you over and over. Like it'll feed you over and over for at least like the first week. So first 3 days at
Sure.
least. First 3 days for the week. But
Depends on how much you play.
the problem comes when you're a person who is I would say that someone who has either not touched Yu-Gi-Oh or hasn't played Yu-Gi-Oh in so long, and you don't know what you want to build. You don't know what's really the meta, and you're now confused. And when you've built your stuff, you'll be like, okay, I've built a deck. But like after that first week, you effectively get no actual gem. Oh shoot, well, you get nothing. You pretty much just like the well dries up harder than if a whale drank the entire sippy cup. It is
You
just
know,
like
here's what
after
the
that
issue here is
first.
actually.
Okay.
Konami completely planned out the timeline for things to actually start on February 1st. Like, think about it. There's a reason to build login bonuses restart basically on the 1st of February. Like, the issue we're having here with Master Duel so far is that everyone I know likes the shit out of the game immediately. That's what we're seeing down here in Gems. Because everyone decided to burst fire day like one, and every single freebie gems they got for the next like 2, 3 days. That was meant to last for like 2 weeks before the actual events and things began. And now what we're seeing is, yeah, Konami hanging us out dry because we all have like 40, 30 plus hours in playtime, and they didn't account for everyone doing like 30 plus hours in playtime. I guess that's my take on it. People went too hard. Like,
Yeah,
straight up.
yeah. So here's the thing that happens. For those of you who don't know, Master Duel has a system. No, Master Duel has this actual thing where I originally thought of the packs, the secret packs, where if you pull like an SR or you craft an SR higher, you get a free pull of a secret pack. Because you've now unlocked that secret pack, you now get a free pull. You can get the cards from that actual like archetype to build IRL. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh man, that's actually not a bad idea. You get it's very it. it was an idea like I was skeptical on, but I was like, oh, but like I thought about before release. I was like, oh, well, if they have these cards, these cards happen as like, oh, well, simple. You get the secret pack, you just pull your stuff. We were never told that the secret pack only really lasts for 24 hours.
Yeah.
So in order to really like do anything with the secret pack, you have, because you don't know what you want to build, you could probably just like burn all your gems on something, only at the very end to find a deck you might want to craft. How do I say this? Yu-Gi-Oh has been around
There's
for more than 20 years, right? So there's like a bunch of archetypes that in this game that just are either look cool but a bit outdated, or might not look cool to somebody but are broken beyond repair. With 50s, there's so many archetypes, you don't know what you want to actually build, especially if you're either a new player or a returning player who has not touched the game since Jane Yuki was a first year and wasn't traumatized.
haha.
So, you could be like, I want to play Elemental Heroes. There's five different hero packs. One for evil heroes, one for destiny heroes, and then like two for, and then one for two for like regular heroes, old heroes and new heroes, and then there's one for Neo stuff. There's 5 packs that you have to now decipher on what deck you want to build.
Look, Neil players. I mean, Hero players all deserve it. All right, they all deserve it.
And
Don't
then
actually,
you
they don't deserve this.
and then you actually and then you have like that's some of like those big archetypes, right? Then you have like
All right,
archetypes were just are straight up trash, right? Like, why do worms have a secret pack?
why not?
This thing is, worms have not gotten support ever since their release, and they still
Look,
aren't
Zechs,
good. But the only
worms
saving
aren't,
grace is
worms
you
aren't
have no. Hold on. Let me tell you something. You know what's also in that secret pack?
what?
Nibiru.
Are they talking about the one with the aliens and the worms and the? Oh yeah, that's a great pack.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. In the pack of trash, the best you are is one of the best you are is a hand trap that everyone needs in your decks or some sort.
Well, I need to open that master pack at some point for my reptile soup core.
You really just said that.
Reptiles.
You really just said that to me. I can't believe you.
Blue
Oh,
reptile soup.
but I digress. I digress.
It's good, dangerous. It's Ogdo. And need some alien stuff. And the grass looks greener. Woohoo! That's gonna be fun.
Okay, another thing. So I upon realizing that the setup for the pack system is kind of like a very very messy system unless you know what you want to go in and do. You very rarely have like time to experiment before the actual like well runs dry, and you burn a lot of things. Which this is one of the things about the crafting system that salvages that other system is you can get rid of anything that's not a structure deck card or from the legacy pack. Which, bro, can I say the legacy pack is the worst system in the entire game? I should have known something when PSN was giving away 50 of those things for free.
I mean, there's some funny stuff in those legacy packs.
Yeah, there's some stuff that's like actually kind of like cool for like decks, but it's like outside of that you can't dismantle them.
Oh yeah, that's
Like you can't get rid of them, you
like
can't
I'm.
dismantle them. So it's like you got a bunch of common normal monsters that you can't get rid of.
You want to know why you can't get rid of them? Zach, I'm gonna tell you exactly why.
Why?
All right. those other formats you mentioned earlier. Think about it. It does already all these events for all these specific card types and everything. You need a pool of cards so everyone can compete in those events. And the only want to make sure everyone can compete in those events is have the legacy packs pool with cards they can't get rid of. They're forced to play in them.
I hate you just proved me wrong about that. Okay, but I still don't really like the legacy pack system. But that's just me. As someone who probably doesn't
I
want
mean,
to deal.
it's a bad system. I
It's.
figured out
I
it's
think what's
online.
also worse is that you only get
Oh,
like 2 cards in a pack too. So it's like
oh yeah, that's an issue.
you're not even getting a big pool of cards to even just like play around with. You're getting 2 cards a pack, and you have these.
I mean, but if you're good at the game, you're getting like 2 or 3 packs that win. So I'm like, if you're good at the game.
Yeah, yeah, 2, 3 packs of winning ranked. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then if you complete all your story quests, you'll get like 2 story aside of what happens
Uh-huh.
in World Legacy, which I don't know what to do yet.
Oh god, bro,
So
like see a sword.
all right, so ranked is I got a lot. I heard a lot of people really complain about best of one, and I don't really get the idea of having an issue with best of
Anyone who's
one.
complaining about not having 3 in ranked is dumb. Or speaking over you, they're all dumb.
So my thing with ranked best of one is really to me it doesn't matter because like it's a ranked game, right? You're not really playing a tournament match. If this was an actual tournament system, yeah, I get you having 3, but I can see the issue because now people have to put in cards that they would usually like side out in like best of 3 because like Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments are best of 3 based. So you have a main deck, extra deck, and your side deck. So now you had to put in cards that would probably like synergize in your that you would normally have your extra deck and main deck them to win games. So your deck building is different, which I'm cool with that. But I guess but if you're like concerned of like, oh man, I gotta deal with you gotta think about everything on the ladder and what's probably meta at the time of the game, and just like slam it into your deck to defend. You're going first or
Or
going
not.
second. Your decks are basically just like your decks now have to kind of become like multifaceted, multifaceted to deal with whatever you see, or however you go first or second.
All right, here's the thing. Here's what I feel about the ranks right now in this current form. Like, it's currently actually perfectly fine in my opinion. Like people are trying way too hard. Like, oh man, see it's a ladder. I got my medal. See it's a perfectly competitive experience. No, anyone complaining that ranked is best of one. It's a ladder system. I'm not gonna call it ranked fights for a minute. It's a freaking ladder system. Anyone complain about a ladder being best of one? It's got them insane. All right. I don't know who the hell realistically want to sit down for a best of 3 for like half an hour, 45 minutes. It's gonna be a bit of a tear up. Those people are insane. I don't think they know what they're actually talking about. Like, shut up. Maybe we'll get a separate queue later. But keep best of 3. Actually, keep best of 3 out of a normal ladder. Goddamn, that would be a complete mistake.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you. I'm not for best one in a ranked system, but I can see like if you want to do a tournament and you don't have a tournament system, like
I'm sure they're going to integrate a tournament system best of 3 at some point, probably pretty soon. But like, it won't be the actual ranked ladder currently seeing it, and it'll be its own separate thing, in my opinion, if they add it. Which I'm sure they will.
So I'm cool with. Yeah, I'm cool with best of one for ranked. I'm cool with that. I I do say like eventually more more stuff should come in. Probably like soon, probably like next month, February, and we'll see from there as an update. Um,
We're 2 days away from more stuff coming. People need to hold for a sec. Like, people just need to hold.
yeah, I saw someone. I saw like the. I think it was Ibo who said it was like, "Oh man, Master was no content." It's like, well, yeah, because you literally have been playing it nonstop for 2 days, for 3 days, nonstop, and streaming it for 3 days straight. Like, calm yourselves down. Like, I'm not even joking.
Right.
Like, have you seen how many like of the Yugi tubers have just been on way longer than you think they would be? Like like
Oh, they're
Farfa,
playing time.
MBT, like they've been like Triff, Solemn. Solemn has actually streamed more Master Duel than he streamed at General. In fact, he's released more Yu-Gi-Oh videos than he has Vanguard. Totally not for the obvious reason of cloud chasing. Huh?
Oh, no. It's all like never cloud chasing. It's all like he's already tried investing in Yugo before and it crashed and burned or anything. No. Solomon never do something, but he totally cares for the quality of his content and his character, his perception.
I mean,
It's a completely.
at the end of the day, hey, you know what? Go secure the bag. Go secure you a bag.
Oh, no.
That's all I'm gonna say.
At least he's honest about it.
So, what would you
Like, yeah.
what would you say about Master Duel at this point? Would you say like
You
right
know,
now it's good, or is like it needs some more changes, more help? What would you
give me
say?
a tactical matchmaking system, and I will give this game a 10 out of 10 for the next 5 years. All right. You give me
Attack
a tactical queue.
attack system?
Yes, you give me a tactical matchmaking queue, and I will give this game a 10 out of 10 forever. All right.
Okay.
I'll, I mean, that's afterwards. As long as I can play tacticals with random people online all day, every day, I'm good. That's all I'm asking for.
Yeah, I think just some more stuff would be nice.
Oh yeah.
More ways to get actual currency. Set free to play players don't just get choked out immediately because it already is already looking like a barren wasteland.
Yeah.
So some more
I mean, if
events.
I recommend for people like free to play friendly wise, any World Legacy archetype, any of them. The entire group's all in compressed like 2 master packs. You get almost every single like World Legacy like staple spell and trap card just from playing solo mode at like 3 copies each. Literally just playing it from World Legacy. All right. It's the most free to play friendly net of archetypes you can think of right now. World Chalice, Mech Knight, Orchest, Crusadia. Nightmares are actually relatively affordable. Like, the entire bubble is super free to play friendly.
Yeah, I will say I'm probably just gonna let's see. I'm probably on what day? Probably like Tuesday. I'm gonna do zero stuff and then probably do another see what they do with Master Duel on Tuesday. See what they do there because we get set three. Yay, set three and the freaking super the Fires Collection in Zero, and then
Oh yeah,
two the
there's
Master Duel had.
thing.
There was, actually, let's talk about that quickly. Can we just? I will say this: like, what would you? How would you rank this among like all the online TCG like simulators that are official, right?
Right, official and all like that one that Digimon Sim going around
Yeah,
snitching totally. Anyway, I mean, amongst official Sims, that's a tough one, really. That's a hard one because I'll do something pretty good, right? Except for MTG Arena, complete garbage, irredeemable. Throw that shit away. Oh no, that's alternate formats and everything. All right, fine. Every single one has its merits. All right, every single one. It's hard to rank them personally. Pokemon TCG Online has a great stock trader sim they're getting rid of, unfortunately. I'm gonna miss it. TCG Online has all of its alternate formats. The crafting's garbage. Pack opening's garbage in that game. But hey, at least it's alternate formats, right? Shadowverse is Shadowverse. Really freaking good. It's Shadowverse. I'm not touching Legends of Runeterra with a 50-foot pole. Shut up, people.
why not? Legendary is actually a fun game.
I'm not touching with a 50-foot pole.
Why? What did it do to you?
I'm not touching anything related to Riot.
Damn, can't blame you. At least it's not Hearthstone.
I don't know. Like, here's my issue with Riot, alright? One, I have a whole history of problems with League of Legends. I'm gonna get into right now. And two, I tried to give Valorant a shot, right? But I'm not finna root kits on my computer, alright? I'm not.
Didn't they remove that?
Did they remove Vanguard?
Yeah, I think they did.
Oh, I'm not going back. That just sour taste in my mouth.
Mm. I do feel
Like, I
you.
don't care anything League of Legends related. Alright?
I do feel like you're
Like
missing
Valorant
out.
Universe or anything.
I do feel like you're missing out, though. But hey, I'm not gonna judge you. I
Like Cracking
completely
Pack.
understand. I wish I
I'm a
could.
huge fan of Cracking.
I can. I wish I could quit League of Legends.
Just go cold turkey.
No, I can't. I tried that years
It's
ago.
that easy.
And I'm still here.
Just do it again.
But I've already sunk too much. I have sunk cost fallacy. Okay,
So just walk away.
I can't walk away. It's on my.
Just uninstall it. Alright. It's that easy. I play the games all the time.
Yeah, But
Hit the Windows button, type
I
in
think
programs and
let's talk
features.
about the elephant in the room, which is Vanguard Zero and Wishy Road making an online Vanguard client.
It's an elephant in the room.
Yeah, it's an elephant
Where's
in the
my
room.
elephant? You got it.
Yeah, it's an elephant in the room because well, it's also like primarily Vanguard thing. So it's like, uh, I I think the issue is I wouldn't be so hard on. I wouldn't be so like happy with Master Duel. I feel happier Master Duel with dried up currency than Vanguard Zero since the G update. Because the G update has been an
Alright.
unmitigated disaster and it hasn't really tried to clean it up. And now we're kind of this issue where it's like right now we're kind of like right now like we're like a couple days before a new set. But like in global, we're kind of like this weird like almost tier zero meta, in which Narukami is the best deck again because they got their entire like clan for G is free. Is free now, which is a retired
Neat.
clan, which also shuts down legions just from existing because they bind your drop. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
almost
that's true. Huh.
yep. Like it binds your drop. Can't it binds your drop so legions are kind of like dead in the water. It can you have a vanquisher who pops the card on board. It's just really good things. Like now it has a lot of actual draw and a draw system, and it can run its own legion. So it's really like the only like issue with Narukami is like playing the mirror or like gear
Right,
combo.
right.
So it's a weird like almost tier zero format right now, but we're about to hit set three, so it definitely could change it because it wasn't like that in JP. And we're also gonna get the Fires collection, which is gonna change a lot of stuff. So that's some more things too. I don't know. Also, like just
Wait,
looking at the system that of the crafting system is like, man, the zero crafting system is literally the worst crafting system. If even Yu-Gi-Oh, if Konami makes the most generous crafting system to Bushiroad, you somewhere along you have messed up because
oh yeah, for sure.
you can at very least like even if you don't want the desert now, at very least you should be allowed to at least disenchant your old stuff. Again, I put this rant earlier. Why am I still having to carry a blazing flare dragon for 2 years? Blazing flare. Blazing flare hasn't been relevant at its own cards. Like, why am I still allowed
You
to
know,
keep blazing flare and amber dragons when everybody and their mama knows they never got any more support in general?
I'm kind of thinking about something actually over the course of this conversation.
Okay.
Do we want a Vanguard sim? Like an actual one?
Yes.
Like, there's only two ways. Now, hear me out, alright? Want to run through all the OG Vanguard again?
What are you talking about? Run through all OG Vanguard.
Well, Bleach is gonna drip feed content like hell. I'm being realistic here. Bleach is gonna try to drip feed as much stuff as he can.
I don't know what you listen. If Master Duel gave us almost 20 years of cards, there's no reason why we can't just get like at the very least all of like G or something, or maybe like some V, all of V, or at the very least starts off with standard. I'm cool with us starting off with standard if it means we add like some like bits and pieces of the other formats in there as well.
Bits and pieces of the other formats.
Not bits and pieces, but you know what I mean, right? Like at least have us have premium stuff like the premium collections and maybe V or something. I feel like we can find a way to just not hard drip feed. Like you can add in like new sets later or like older sets to kind of like do something else. I feel like there's a way you can do this without it just being let's redo the original all over again.
like, here's my thing, right? Like, Bishop does have much to gain. Like, realistically, for doing anything but standard, right? They have no. I mean, besides the Soldier Pen, they have like nothing to gain.
I I don't believe that. I really do believe that like Bang the thing is uh listen, listen, we wouldn't even have this conversation if Vanguard Online had actually launched. I don't think we're having this conversation in 2022 if Vanguard Online had actually launched. We have that simulator. We were ahead of literally everyone else, and then it just went away.
Yeah.
We got screwed because of fake Grand Order. We got screwed from Saber. Saber screwed me over from having a Vanguard simulator.
Yeah.
One of my favorite characters screwed me over. That's tough.
Look, I'm gonna sell my mounts as a non-existent match merch at some point. We got them in favor in order. One. Like, I mean, if your delight works, it's kind of like writing it. The check's writing itself,
Yeah,
right?
I'm not saying they ain't wrong for securing again. Secure the bag.
You know what's funny part is? Like the real funny part in all of this?
What?
He's probably gonna get the Lightworks to make a Build Divide online game. That's that's the real funny part here.
I
And they're gonna have actual crossover sets in their online game. Because they own all the properties.
y'all can find us.
It'll be fun.
Y'all can find us over at RFX and Zenny VT. We're done. This man just
You know, right?
y'all. There's nothing else to talk about. Our usual stuff be coming out. I'll probably start working on the. Oh, that's right. I do have one thing to say. I am going to start working on my V series like retrospective because I know someone didn't do it. Instead, just got twist link Joker era for a while, and then spent another 3 hours crapping on it, 30 minutes crapping on everything else. But that's I don't know. There's probably like a 5 hour video on somebody's channel that went through it, but hey, what do I know? Uh, so yeah, I'm gonna do a V series retrospective because I think just to look at V series more so it's anime. It's prioritizing anime because there's not a lot of anime content. Vanguard like YouTube, so it's gonna be like a Vanguard anime retrospective. Um,
And for
and
these series, like,
I mean all of V series, all six
you don't need.
seasons.
Why are you doing color focus for all again?
That means the
Why are you doing
first
it?
season, high school arc or Psycholia Zombies, high school
High school arc.
continued, Shinamon, if, and my first reaction to Colorful Pastel because
Why are you doing color focus, right?
I never watched it. So this will be my first
You don't
time
need to be a
watching Colorful
completionist.
Pastel. All 6 seasons of V, I will see. So that's the project I'm gonna be
All right.
starting working on. Also I'm sad because we do not have I really wish I could also, but yeah, I got none. I was gonna say something about that being said, like that's my main project. I'm also gonna probably like sometime this week release my ways to improve clan collection coming up, and then the usual progression be on Wednesday when I get the stuff. Um, I will probably start doing Fridays being like a fighting game like video or something, fighting game related content, and then we'll have our is it our first side set for progression this week?
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll have our first site set for progression this week too, and then that's about
And
it.
sold adult.
That's about
The
it for
one with.
that's about it for my end. So, what's gonna happen with you?
I'm doing the same old I always do.
Stream randomly.
Stream randomly. What am I streaming? Don't know. I'm probably gonna be streaming Super Robot Wars 30 this week. I think I've done every other week. Probably. That game is stupidly long.
All right. Well, that's
Why
pretty
would
much.
people? Here's the time scale, all right? I'm 40 hours into the game on the first playthrough, and I just barely got Koji in the Mazinger. It's been 48 hours, and I barely have the Mazinger. There's your time scale, folks.
All right.
Use anything with Robot Wars. That's a stage one thing happening 48 hours in.
As for Jin, I'm thinking I had been like 3 times trying to fix the same video that released today. So that's so. That being said, thank y'all for tuning in. Oh, that's right. That's right. There's one more thing.
Oh no.
I forgot to say it. We are now actually on Spotify and Google Podcasts.
Oh my
So we're
gosh.
currently on Spotify, Anchor, and Google Podcasts. So I only have episode 14 up right now. I'm gonna plan on working on getting some of the past episodes up soon. But this will be up tomorrow as well. So I probably should get to editing that. But again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Um, y'all can find us at Red Fang Zechs on Twitter and Xenoborg VT for Zeno. Uh, I'll also have our respective links. You can also follow the podcast at T.C.G Live Talks for when we go live or any special events we do. Thank y'all for tuning in, and y'all have a good night.
Yep, later.